more than one time, or to divide the field into many parts and take the reading from more than one part. Okay, so that is the principle of replication. Now we'll move to the principle of randomization, where we deal with randomness. We have to select the field randomly. Okay, we have to select field randomly to avoid the bias. Okay, to avoid the bias, we need to select the reading randomly. Okay. So once we do randomization, then what happens is each and every experimental unit have an equal chance that it can be tested or it can be studied. Okay. Now we'll move further. So it has benefits, randomization. So it can eliminate systematic bias, or we can say systematic error. It can be removed. It can be eliminated. Okay. So it is needed to obtain the representative sample from population. So it can give you the uh, proper sample from the population, and it will help you to distribute unknown variation which is caused by confounded variable. Okay, so the randomization is that's why very important. So this principle indicates that we should design or plan the experiment in such a way that variation caused by extraneous factor can be combined under the umbrella of chance. Okay.
Right.
Now here we'll take one example so that you will understand what is meant by randomization. Okay, randomization means randomly. So we already seen during the sampling what is meant by random. Okay. Now suppose we want to grow. There are two varieties of the rice. Okay, in half part of the field, we want to grow one variety and other variety in the remaining half portion. Okay, so what happens? There is extraneous parameter here. Although our comparison was only two types of the variety, but there can be chances that extraneous means what? An irrelated parameter. Okay, irrelated parameter like fertility of the land can be different in different portion of the land. Okay, so such extraneous parameter will affect your result. Suppose if you grow variety one in the land where the fertility is less, and in the remaining part where there is variety 2, their fertility is low. Okay, so low and high and low, what will happen? They will give the result which will not be reliable. Okay, so here we need to apply the principle of randomization. Okay, so what we do, uh, randomization, we may apply randomization principle. We may apply randomization principle and uh, protect ourselves against the effect of extraneous effect, which is the soil fertility. Okay. For this, what we'll do, we'll divide the land. Okay. So for randomization, what we'll do, we'll divide the land in the different parts, and then we randomly select the parts for applying our crop. Like here in the red part, pink part, it is a variety 1, and blue part, it is a variety 2. So we selected the land randomly, and then we did the next process of cultivation of that variety, so that the effect of the soil variation of soil fertility can be reduced. Okay, so this is a randomization. Okay. So randomly we selected, what we did, we divided the land into the different parts, and we take equal number of parts for variety 1 and variety 2. Okay. So we selected the particular part randomly, and we've selected the group of parts for variety 1, then group of the parts for variety 2. Then we cultivated the varieties, and then we compare the results. So this will reduce the bias which can be caused by the variation of fertility of the land. So that is a principle of randomness. Okay. So we randomly selected the portion for of the land for growing that particular variety. Now there comes next principle of local control. Now what happens if there is a extraneous factor, irrelated factor, like in the crop development, the fertility of the land. Okay. So under the extraneous factor, the known source of variability is made to vary deliberately. Okay, so what we do, the extraneous factor, that is uh, fertility of land, is very deliberately over the wide range, and then see how it affects the what is called as output of the system. Okay, here the produce. Okay, how it will affect the produce of variety 1 and variety 2. So we measure that effect. Okay, once we know the amount, once we know the amount of the error caused by that extraneous parameter, then we can correct that. Okay, so that is called as local control, principle of local control. Okay, so here what we do, we plan the experiment in a such a way that total variability of data is divided into the 3 components. First, attribute to the treatment, like variety of the rice, then extraneous parameter factor, and then experimental error. Okay. So what we do here, we divide the field into the several parts. So we call this parts as a block. And then this each block is divided into the parts equal to number of the treatments. Okay. Then for each block, the randomly treatment is assigned. So dividing the field into the several homogeneous part is known as blocking. In general, blocks are the level at which we hold the extraneous factors fixed. So we take the different levels of the extraneous factor, and then we can measure its contribution to the variability of the data. Okay. So what is here purpose is to find how much effect it makes, so that we can uh, adjust that effect. Okay. Okay.
So, sir,
Yes.
this particular way of doing randomization in the field.
Mhm.
So, is this a preferred way rather than doing in lab. Suppose you take samples of the field and you study its soil mechanics with the help of instruments in the lab, whether it will give different results.
Yes, sir. Please repeat.
We are doing this particular randomization out in the open in the field. Suppose the same type of soil is taken in form of sample to a laboratory in a mechanics laboratory, soil mechanics, by the use of equipment or instruments. One can do the same experiment and the
Yeah,
results would be the same or different.
this is one of the example. Okay.
Okay,
Our study was only the crop. Okay. So we are
okay,
not paying, like only our interest was how much is the produce of the particular crop, what is their characteristic, like what is the rice look like, taste like this. Okay. The comparison was about the produce. Okay.
okay,
So
Sir, I just want to
that is
add
a
one point here.
extraneous parameter. Land fertility was extraneous parameter there.
distance.
Hmm. So
Sir, I
it
just
is
want to add one
there. Yes.
point. I think the output of this, what experimental you are showing or saying
Mm-hmm.
regarding the agriculture, is the block by factor interaction understanding. Correct? What is
Yes, sir.
the
Mm-hmm.
effect on yield? Correct? So
Mm-hmm.
if you understand the farm, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and in that farm, like where we are some part of the farm we are getting more yield or more good crops, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If you have the rice, so at
Mm-hmm.
some location of the farm we are getting good rice, but
Mm-hmm.
in the same farm at some locations near to the boundary of the farm you will get less yield of the crop or less
Mm-hmm.
rice. So that
Mm-hmm.
is, but we put the farm is same, we
Mm-hmm.
put same fertilizer, we put same pesticide, we given
Mm-hmm.
same water,
Mm-hmm.
but still the yielding of the crop at the same farm are different, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So in that, whether the farm is interacting with the crop or the seed is
Mm-hmm.
same or not.
Yeah, same way. Like
And if
suppose what you mentioned near the border, what we'll do near the border, we'll select the blocks. Okay, one block there will be this
Mhm.
yield variety one, variety two, like this. Okay,
yeah,
so this way about the
and I think, sir,
research. This yes.
yeah, and just to add, comparing this farm experiment with what sir is saying, other sir is saying
Mm, mm,
regarding the lab testing of the soil. So if we are
mm.
taking the sample of the soil from the field and if you
Yeah,
want to test in the lab.
that is idea. But what happens when the fields are very big? It is a little difficult. Okay, so it is we are saying extraneous parameter. Okay, like in
Mhm.
even when we conduct the experiment in the lab, it is expected that I should maintain one standard condition, but it is not in our hand. Okay, to maintain very standard condition, like when we conduct the experiment, maybe in summer, if we conduct the experiment in summer and winter, the surrounding temperature is different. So maybe result will be different. So it is an extraneous condition.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So block in that case, block will be in the experimental condition is like the laboratory, correct, sir?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So laboratory A versus laboratory B.
Yeah, so like we have conducted experiment in the winter and summer, we'll try to make variety one and variety two. Suppose there are two experiments, we'll do in the summer as well as together, okay, in the same situation and also in the winter. So we'll see what is the whether this extraneous effect is causing effect on that and to what extent,
No, okay.
so that we can correct our readings, okay, correct our result, okay. Okay, then we'll stop here. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the WhatsApp group. Thank you.
Thank you.